We are live on the YouTube. Let me just set it up here. Okay, the angle is okay. So that's it. Good morning, Book Pjeszic here. Guided growth businesses for a living. And today, as a part of our Irrefutable Laws of Business Growth series, then when we are going live every morning. When I say morning, it's in Europe. It's 5 a.m., 5:26 a.m. And I know that in the United States it's like 8:26, right? And 11:26 Pacific and Eastern. And in this video, this is something I learned from Jay Abraham, the business genius and the marketing genius. And this is the thing that I don't know for what reason is overlooked by 99.9% of businesses. And even the businesses that does not overlook those, this one are even not aware that they're taking advantage of it. And that is the intellectual property of your business. And I'm sorry because I'm scratching. It's 5:20 in the morning. I just woke up like 15 minutes ago, and we are a bit late today. But again, apologies for my 18-month-old son because his teeth are growing right now, and he is waking up at the middle of the night and screaming, because of the pain. So we have to take care of that. And when you do, you get a really, really, really small, tiny pieces of sleep during the night. So sorry for scratching and all that. Intellectual property. Let's get back to business. Let me explain you what I mean. When you are running successful business and you are in a 500,000 to a $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, you, no matter the industry, no matter what you do, no matter what you're selling, no matter who you're helping, no matter what your service is, who your customers are, you are doing something exceptionally well. It can be marketing, it can be advertising, it can be fulfilling, it can be follow-up, it can be referral system that's in place, it can be just tons of stuff that could be done by your business. When I say your business, I mean you, of course, exceptionally well. And that one little thing, if you're, for example, operating locally, and even if you're not, even if you can have every single person around the globe enter your business, and you can help them and sell them, if you're helping them on Skype, or if you're selling digital products, or if you have shipping worldwide, even then, there is no single person and single business that can reach every single human being on earth. And that's just crazy mindset, because Amazon can't reach everybody. What do I mean by that? If you're, for example, running a bakery and you have some amazing system in place where you are following up with your buyers when their favorite cookie will come from the oven, and you are giving them a chance to come and get that cookie while it's hot. And because of that, I mean, I'm doing this to be making this ridiculous on purpose, just to see the power of it. And they're coming, and as a result of that, you are in $1 million business. That is the thing that probably only you are doing when you're running a bakery. Now, what's the point? You want to get a map, put a dot on your bakery, and see where does your furthest customer comes from. It's probably around 1 or 2 miles radius. That's the people that live around your bakery that are coming to you. There'll probably be some fanatics, food fanatics, that are traveling because of your cookies or your bread or your, never mind what you're making. And that's really not important because they love your bakery. They will travel even if they move from United States to Europe. They will get a, get on the plane to get your cookies. So don't count on them. Just see where 99% of the customers come from. And when you put a dot in your on your business on the map and you draw a circle where you will have an area where you don't want anyone from the competition to know how are you operating, and because those are the people who could steal your customers. Now you want to go outside of that area and you want to find a bakery, and then for example that 99% of customers that are coming into certain bakeries are usually 2 miles around the shop. You want to go to the bakery that's outside of your area, put a circle around their bakery, and see if it does not overlap with your circle. It means that you have nothing to do with their customers. Their customers are their customers, they are too far away from you. And anything that you do for them, now listen to me, you're going to do something for your competition. This is completely counterintuitive, but this will bring you more net profit than everything you do combined inside your business, especially if you're a brick and mortar and you have low margins when you're operating. You want to go to all the bakeries around the globe if they're not overlapping with your circle. So you have your circle and your area. Every single bakery that does not overlap with your area, you want to go out, reach to them, send them direct mail piece, rent it out, Epsilon, Experian. You can go there, find all the bakery owners and write them a letter and explain them that you are in $1.2 million business, 1.6 and that this one thing that you're doing brought you $750,000 last year. And then you want to, for the interested ones, you want to briefly explain them how does it work, what are you doing, and how you can help them set that up for their bakery. And then that they can have that on a monthly retainer of like if it brought you $750,000 in 12 months, it would mean that you earn like 60,000 a month just from that. And then you want to go out and please do the math for them. We people are lazy as hell. Don't get them. Don't leave them to assume anything. Give them exact what will happen, and then tell them. And if you want me to set it up for you, you can rent this model for like $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month. It would depend how much money it would make for them, and then you can even film your bakery and show them how does it work and show them the road that you have in front of your bakery and how it can be from anything, from the slogan that you have on top of your bakery, from the place where it's set up. You could just rent anything that's successfully making your business profitable. And when you do that, if you rent it for like, never mind, $2,000, and it will make them 10 in 1 month. You can go then and rent. Then you of course you don't want to rent them everyone in like one block, but go from country to country and have 10 bakeries, 15 bakeries that you can email or send them direct mail pieces to like 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, who knows how many bakeries. You can Google that in like 3 seconds and find out how many of those. Bakery is just an example. You can do this for anything. If you're selling shoes, if you're selling t-shirts, if you're selling online, if you're selling offline, if you have brick and mortar, if you don't have brick and mortar, you can do this for any kind of business, and that's what makes this so powerful. Now, the point, 10 bakeries, $2,000, $20,000 of net income for your business. I believe that if you are in $1 million, that there is probably, and you're running brick and mortar, you're not like in digital area. And in digital area, when you're selling courses, what are you doing? You're selling intellectual property. What are the margins when you're selling courses? Usually 90%. If you don't have affiliates, then you're splitting probably 50-50 because the margins are so high. Then you want to rent that model and have $20,000 of net profit every single month on monthly retainer for monthly recurring revenue. My man, you could be closing all your business in 6 months if that starts working, and go home, set and have month by month checks coming inside your business because you know one thing that's working amazing for your industry and for the niche that you operate in. This is the power of intellectual property, and identifying what it is and approaching it with respect because you are doing something amazing. I don't know what it is. Of course, I can help you identify what it is, what's that for your specific business. But that when you have successful business, there is one thing that you're doing exceptionally well. And if you find what that one thing is, you could go out and rent it. In our example, in my example, that I learned this from when I learned this from Jay Abraham, it was a wood industry and certain way of cutting logs, I believe. And how can you get, like, there is classes of logs like AAA, then AAB, then ABB, or and then all the way to triple C, I believe. And if you have AAA from every single log, it's like 10 times more expensive than the other ones. And that guy was like killing it. It's 90% AAA, and because of the technology that he was using, and because of the way that he was cutting those logs, just don't take me like 100% because I'm digging through my mind right now to remember this. And he wanted to rent, no, he wanted to expand his business model, but it is not profitable to have logs on your trucks more than 400 miles because they are extremely heavy, and then you're losing because the trucks are getting destroyed, and because of the fuel and everything that you need to transport those logs. And then Jay told him, okay, go 400 miles out of your operating area, and there is no competition for you. And he's like, no, everybody are my competition. He's like, no, are you operating 400 miles out of this? No, I'm not. Go 400 miles out and rent him the business model. And he started rambling and yelling, and this is my business model, this is my proprietary model, this is what I spent like 20 years in business, and this is what makes me better and different than anybody else. And he's like, okay, go rent it, don't sell it, go rent it. And then of course, after like month of talking it through and explaining and how it can work, the guy went out, started renting his business model. And I don't know, if I remember correctly, in like first month it exceeded the net profit that he had out of his business, and like in 6 months it was even more than his whole business was making for him. This is extremely profitable. And if you set this up, I mean, just the cash flow that will come inside your business will make you unstoppable. uh, you could be structuring and engineering any kind of advertising campaigns and testing just a bunch of things when you have that kind of cash flow inside your business and liquidity, and when you can do almost anything with the cash that comes in from renting out the intellectual property of your business. Now, as you know, as I always tell you, this might be completely off for you. I'm not willing to bet, but I believe that every successful business has this inside, and that it can be identified and taken advantage of properly. If you want me to help you to identify what that is for your business and how can you put it like in a package and rent it. That is something that we could do, of course, after we structure that business growth blueprint I showed you. I will definitely need to have that paper beside me so I can remember what it is. Uh, that business growth blueprint is something that we use reverse engineering in that process, and we start from the last step for the from the outcome that you want to have in 12 months. For example, you're in $1.5 million business, you want to be in $3 million in 12 months. We start from there and then we go backwards and see exactly what needs to happen inside your business in order to achieve that outcome. And that's called business growth blueprint. That is what you'll get from me for free, regardless of you choosing to become a client or not. That is something that usually transforms anyone's business, because it gives you a clear roadmap of what, where you can do, how and when, in order to grow your business. And if you have, for example, like 3 impact points in your business, we identify just 3 of those, and if you grow one by 25%, if you grow them all 3 just by 25%, which is, it is doable probably in a month. But this is now, you know, don't assume any of these to be like promises or income claims or some of that stuff. I'm not doing that anytime. I don't know your business, I don't know your selling process, I don't know your price points, I don't know your customers, your referral systems, your ads, how much are you willing to spend, how much are you willing to test. I don't know anything, so don't assume any of these to be income claims. I hate those types of things. The point is that now my brain is lagging and I forgot what I was talking about. But the point is, yes, that you cannot, when you have that business growth blueprint, and we were talking about, if you have just 3 impact points, 25% on each doubles your business. And sometimes, depending on how well we connect and how well we work, it can happen in like months, probably less. If you want me to structure that, you need to be established business. You need to be in like at least $500,000, because if you're not running a business, I cannot really help you, because I cannot grow something that doesn't exist. And if you click the link that I will leave in the comments, you will see the letter that I wrote for you. You could read that letter, and there is pricing and payment options. There is a second payment option that I does not mention in the letter because I've left it out, but we could talk about it. And of course, I will tell you what it is on our call. And when you go through that letter, you will see, when you click on the link, you will go to a simple questionnaire that, like, you probably need you like 60 seconds or 90 seconds to answer all those. And I just need to have those answers because I'm not willing to work with everybody. And that way I'm 100% sure that if we get on the call, I'm the right guy for you and I can help you identify and structure, first of all, business growth blueprint, then find the lowest hanging fruit profits inside your business, and of course intellectual property, because if you are successful, you have that inside. So thank you for your time. You will find the link in the comments, and you could go read that letter and fill out that questionnaire. We could jump on the call. That call is completely free, and on that call we structure a business growth blueprint, and you get that built in a fancy software, and it looks just cool, regardless of you choosing to become a client after our call or not. So thank you for your time once again. And this took us a bit longer. It's 20 minutes already. So talk to you probably tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening in United States, and I will go to make some coffee and work out for a little bit. So thank you for joining, and talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye. And YouTube, let's end this. Okay, press X.